Hey, what's up, people? Piz out here. And to kick off my month-long December holiday horror series of reviews, I could think of no movie more appropriate than to talk about 1984's Silent Night, Deadly Night, directed by Charles E. Sellier Jr. Before I actually talk about the film, I think I need to talk about the controversy surrounding the film when it was first released way back in 1984. And it's still considered one of the most controversial slasher movies really ever. But back in 1984, when the film was first released, it received just a hell of bad press. Very famously, the late critic Gene Siskel actually called out Charles Sellier personally and called him just a morally bankrupt, vile human being for having made such a just reprehensible film. PTA groups wrote letters to the film studio. The studio received so much bad press over this film that they actually pulled it after really, I think it was only in theaters for 1 or 2 weekends before they eventually pulled it. And the film's reputation as being so controversial, it's justified to an extent. I will say that. But anyway, the movie is about a young man named Billy. And after a particularly horrifying visit with his crazy grandfather at a nursing home, he's traveling back home with his mother, his father, and his younger brother. It's middle of the night, Christmas Eve night, and who do they come upon stranded out in the middle of nowhere on the side of the road but Santa Claus himself? And being the good Samaritans that Billy's mother and father are, they decide to pull over to offer Santa a helping hand. Little did they know that shortly before then, Santa had robbed a liquor store and had killed the clerk in cold blood. And Santa pretty soon thereafter dispatches Billy's father and pretty brutally attacks and kills Billy's mother while Billy helplessly watches. Billy and his younger brother, now parentless, are sent to a orphanage, and poor Billy just can't seem to do anything right. He is just tormented and terrorized, even at the orphanage, by this nun whose idea of justice and of properly raising a child is to pretty much just beat the crap out of him. And so Billy grows up. He hates Christmas. He's terrified of Santa. So where do they find him a job but at a department store right around Christmas? And the department store owner actually forces Billy to dress up as Santa, the one person he fears the most in the world, for kids to sit in his lap and so on and so forth. Of course, he completely snaps and goes on a murderous rampage through this small town dressed as Santa Claus. And the thing about this film that made it so controversial was it's Santa Claus. What a beloved figure to everyone, especially to children, running around killing people. Especially, I mean, that sequence involving Billy's mother, the attack on Billy's mother, it's still fairly shocking. I mean, even to this day, it's a fairly brutal attack. It's a sexually driven attack, which just adds to it. The film, it's pretty much a cut and dry, copy and paste kind of slasher movie. I mean, there's nothing really different about it than any other slasher film of the 80s, except that it's set on Christmas and the killer is dressed like Santa Claus. Now, I've always really enjoyed Silent Night, Deadly Night. Is it a great slasher movie? No. Is it an okay slasher movie? Yeah, I'd say it's even better than okay slasher movie. It's just a really fun slasher movie. It's not particularly well written. Poor Billy, anybody who he considers to be naughty, they have to be, Santa has to dispatch them with an axe. Or one particularly interesting sequence in the film involves a young Linnea Quigley. She's making out with her boyfriend on a pool table. They hear some sounds at the door. She just figures it's like their cat, so she goes to open the front door to get the cat into the house. completely topless, which totally is just so gratuitous, that I just, for me, I love it. She is dispatched, and I don't think this is a spoiler. I'm assuming most of you have probably seen this film. She's dispatched by being flung upon deer, the antlers of a deer that are on the wall. Awesome sequence there. It's equal parts just sort of goofy fun and nostalgic 80s slasher movie. It's got that just 80s feel. It's steeped, it's soaked in that awesome early 80s slasher movie feel, and I think that's one of the big things about the film that I really like. Because, I mean, you can't say it's a particularly well-made film. You can't say it's a particularly well-written film. You definitely can't say it's a particularly well-acted film. Pretty much most people in the film are kind of jerks, and some of them, I mean, the one person that I was actually hoping Billy would kill, the nun. Oh, man, I wanted that nun to get the axe so bad. Again, spoiler alert, yeah, I'm assuming most of you guys have probably seen this film already. She just doesn't quite get it. He's on his way to get her at the end, and he just doesn't quite make it, but I was so rooting for that nun to get the axe in the face. I was just really, still it upsets me. Yeah, for all its flaws, like I said, it's just a fun, kind of silly, at times kind of shocking, but those shocking moments are offset, like I said, by the odd gratuity of the movie with the gratuitous nudity and violence, and I don't know, it's silly, it's fun, it's goofy, it's occasionally kind of shocking, it's just pure 80s slasher movie, holiday themed, Santa as an axe-wielding maniac. How can you not love this movie if you're a horror fan? If you've not seen Silent Night, Deadly Night, the original Silent Night, Deadly Night, A, I apologize for the spoilers, and B, go buy it immediately. I mean, you can get it on DVD relatively cheaply. Watch it this holiday season. It's one of those films that every holiday season I find myself just reaching for. I have to watch it in December, right around the Christmas time. It just puts me in that holiday spirit. I don't know what it is about it. It just puts me in that holiday spirit. But anyway, that is my review of Silent Night, Deadly Night. I will bring you my review of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, which is also a very interesting film, coming up next. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave your own thoughts and feelings on Silent Night, Deadly Night below. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Is it one of the staples of your holiday horror watching? So yeah, anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. And until next time, when I bring you my review of Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, you guys take it easy.